West, licensed marriage and family therapist and director of the Center for Healthy Relationships. And today I just wanted to check in because I'm at a conference. It's called the Couples Conference. And I just wanted to take a few minutes to kind of fill you in on like the background, the things that therapists have to do to stay well-rounded and to stay grounded and up to date in our field. And so today I'm at the pre-conference session and we're discussing law and ethics. I'm in my hotel room in the Marriott Hotel in Oakland, California, a beautiful picture window in my hotel room. And I'm really just thinking about like the implications and the experience that I'm having as a therapist at a continuing education conference. So therapy, once a licensed therapist becomes licensed, we have to have a certain number of continuing education units every 2 years when we renew our license to make sure that we are staying up to date, to make sure that we're safe for the people that we're serving. So I just wanted to check in on that. So there's lots of different ways for therapists to get continuing education units, and one of them is to buy continuing education units online and just to do online courses. There's another way, and that is to do reading and then take a test and send in your reading. I chose this time to use a conference, and some of the ways that it's beneficial is that therapists, as particularly therapists that are in private practice, it can be an isolating experience where people come to meet with you, talk to you about their problems, and there's not a lot of interaction with other therapists and with other people in the field. And so this is a really great way to interact with other therapists about difficult decisions, specifically today about law and ethics and the things that have to happen in a way to make sure that we're protecting the people who are coming to see us, as well as following the law in California. The other thing is that it's really important to take time for networking and take time for self-care and for, as I said, staying up to date with the field. And so it's really interesting because I think I said to a few of my clients on the day before I came up to the conference, people said, "Are you excited about your trip?" My answer honestly is no. I actually am kind of introverted, and I'm much more of a homebody, and I kind of like my routines, and I like to be with my clients, and I like to be doing work and traveling and being in a place that's not familiar, and shifting my routine are things that are kind of, I don't know, it's just a little uncomfortable for me. I tend to be more of an introvert, and so I didn't want to come. I actually, the night before the travel, didn't even sleep very well. It took me like a few hours to go to sleep, and I'm usually one of those people I'm asleep before my head hits the pillow. So I wasn't really excited about coming. Not scared of travel, not anxious, just kind of just didn't want to leave my routine and my normal way of doing things. But I've had some really great insights, and this is usually what happens. And I think that it's informative because I didn't want to come, and as soon as I was within an hour of the first pre-conference workshop, which is on law and ethics, I thought, gosh, I'm really glad that I'm here. Like, I'm looking at paperwork, I'm looking at how to make sure that the consent that my clients give is complete and full, and that you really kind of know all of the rules that I have to follow when I'm your therapist to make sure that therapy is safe and effective for you, and that all the potential things that could come up are things that we're talking about before therapy starts. So I'm glad that happened, and I'm just learning. I'm not sure that I'm that excited about doing a lot of the networking. I've never been much of a networker because I kind of keep my head down and do the programs and create the plans that I know are good for my clients. But I'm super glad because I'm learning and benefiting in ways that I didn't expect. Although I knew that there would be some benefit, I wasn't clear about what those benefits would be, and I wasn't particularly excited about getting outside of myself and taking the risk. So what's the lesson in that? I think one of the lessons is that we sometimes talk, like in therapy sessions, I'll talk with clients about being afraid or not wanting to do something different because we don't know what the outcome will be. And I think it's okay to be in your body and to be aware that you don't want to do something, and to just to hold that awareness and do that thing anyway and see what comes out on the other side. I think as human beings, therapists don't get to be exempt from the experiences that we have as human beings. And so I think it's informative to know that Tamara, the therapist who is the owner and director of the Center for Healthy Relationship, also has experiences where I just sometimes don't want to get outside of myself. But I did, and the benefits of doing that are great. And so I'm going to check in. This is probably going to be a week where I have more blog posts instead of fewer blog posts, and just going to share my experience about the couples conference and the insights that I learned as a human being, and the insights that I'm gaining as a therapist as I continue to grow in my craft. So just wanted to share that with you today, and I hope you're well, and thanks for following. Leave comments or questions if you'd like to do that, and talk to you next time, probably tomorrow. I'm Tamara Bess, Director of the Center for Healthy Relationships. Thanks for watching.